Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to LaMeel Magic. I am LaMeel, the priestess, and I want to welcome you to video 2 of our Igniting Your Intuition video series. If you're seeing this video for the first time, go back and watch video 1. It's going to give you some basis, some insight, remind you to get a journal to get started. If you'd like to join the community, if you'd like to join the conversation, you can leave a message for me below this video or follow me and DM me on Instagram at LaMeel Magic, and I'll be happy to engage you there and do as much as I can to help you through the process of igniting your intuition. So today in video 2, the ritual that we're going to be doing is dream recording. Okay, eyes wide shut. So when you are dreaming, it is believed that your intuition and your higher self are sending messages to you. Okay, and so with those messages, they come through the dreams, and this ritual is about decoding the message that your intuition or your higher self is trying to send to you. So the way that this ritual is going to work is that at night, prior to going to bed, I want you to either use a voice recorder. So if you have your phone, it has, I think it comes with one. I use the Philips recorder. I actually don't use it for dreams. I have a journal for dreams, but there is a voice recorder. So if you were to turn that on and just talk about everything that you can remember about your dreams, you can do that. I prefer to journal, so I write down what I remember about my dreams. So let me explain. The ritual is, one, you are going to record it, right? Then you're going to kind of analyze like what the dream, or interpret what the dream is. Okay, and then you're going to try to sort of, what's a good word? You're going to merge with it, right? You're going to heal from it. So the idea of journaling and interpreting your dreams is that these are messages. These are things that you need to heal, things you need to do, guidance for you, things like that. So there are some blocks. I'm going to talk about those things for some people who like don't dream and et cetera, et cetera. But you want to do this because it's messages from your higher self. Sometimes there are things that you need to do so that you can transition, so that you can ascend, so that you can go to your next level, right? These are messages, they're guidance. Yes, sometimes there's several different types of blocks that you can have. And this is about, remember, igniting your intuition. So the number one block that most people have is that they don't even remember their dreams, right? And there are some things that you can do to recall your dreams. So again, before going to bed, set yourself up, either a flashlight, the light on your phone, a journal, and a pen. And when you dream, if you wake up in the middle of the night, record what you remember, okay? If you're waking up in the morning, record. If your mornings are kind of rushed, when you get an opportunity, journal like, how did the dream make you feel? Keywords, images, pictures, things that you remember. You don't have to remember all the details. You're just sort of recording what you remember, okay? And if you're not remembering, set everything up. And the very first thing to kind of unblock yourself is to set the intention to remember your dreams. Okay, so I've got everything I need, and my intention is to be able to recall my dream, and then go into your regular nighttime routine. Okay, some people have nightmares. Usually, these are things that need to be healed in your life, right? So, and nightmares will tend to reoccur until you have addressed them and made peace with that, whatever that message is in your waking life. So it's important to journal. And if you're waking up from a bad dream and you don't really want to recall it first thing in the morning, that's okay too. The idea is to journal. Again, keywords, images. Sometimes maybe people are talking to you in your dream. What do you remember that they said? What do you remember that you did? one of the things that's important to journal is, who are you in the dream? Are you the observer? So if you've ever had a dream where you see yourself and you're watching yourself do things with other people, you're the observer of the dream, right? You're not actually in it. Whereas sometimes we're having the dream and we feel like it's happening to us, and we can feel everything because we are ourselves in that dream. So find out, are you the observer? Are you you? Um, Sometimes we bring in people that we know into the dream, even though the dream is not really about them. They represent who they really are. So sometimes those people are not exactly, like if you have a brother and you dream that it was your brother, and then later on you find out something identical happened to your friend's brother, right? But maybe you don't know what your friend's brother looks like and you put your brother in it. So there's going to be a lot of messages, and there's a lot about dreams. There's a lot on the internet about dreams. This is not, this is a simple ritual series to kind of ignite your intuition. If you really get into dream interpretation and it becomes really interesting, I really, really encourage you to, to dive deep, right? To buy the books. There's books out there, and there's things online that you can search for, like the meaning. Like if you have a dream that has like this perpetual snake in it, right? I don't particularly care for snakes, and I used to be very, very afraid, even spiritually, of snakes. And but I know that when I would dream about snakes, right, I would know, okay, it's time for me to move on. It's time for me to move. It's time for me to make this transition. Anything I was on the fence about, if I dreamt about snakes, it's time to go, right? Now, my own mind said, the snakes are telling me that there's bad things around me and it's time to leave. That's not really what happens. When snakes in your dream um, represent transition, right? So I could tell that if I had the snake dream, it was time for me to move and to make a change. I rationalized it as, snakes are bad. I hate snakes. I got to get away, right? So it didn't matter. I was doing what I needed to do. But as I started to study and record my dreams, then I realized that the snake is a sign of transition. It sheds its skin, right? Before going on to the next season and growing. And in order for it to grow, it has to let go of that skin. So there's a lot to be learned in your dreams. I'm going to go to my notes because I don't want to forget. This is such um, a powerful ritual that can really start to expose things that are really deeply seated, that you can heal very easily to allow you to get to the next level. So not understanding. Definitely you want to write them down. Look for symbols. Like I said, there's a lot of references that you have. You may not have time is another block. A lot of people say, I don't have time to write my dreams. I don't have time to interpret my dreams. You can make those notes and then interpret on the weekend or whatever your day is, off from work, or whatever your downtime day is. If you're having nightmares, um, dreams are really symbolic. So if you're dreaming about something that's terrible, it doesn't mean that something terrible is going to happen to you in your waking life. Like, I really wanted to amplify that, right? The more you learn, um, and you acknowledge and you deal with the emotions that you're having, you'll understand that it's sort of like getting the Tower card or the card of death in tarot, which they're not bad things at all. So don't let, because you had a lot of negative emotion in during that dream or coming out of that dream, lead you to believe that the dream is bad, right? So you need to recall and decode. That's the essence of it. And as you move through this process, you're going to learn a lot, right? But for this 28-day series, I don't want to send anybody down the rabbit hole unless you want to go and you want to, I don't know if it was the blue pill or the red pill, but whatever. If you want to take the pill and dive deep, by all means, take the pill and dive deep. But for this is just to cause you to pay attention to what is going on with you on a subconscious level, right? So you're journaling. Key things are symbols, phrases, people, colors, and the main thing are your feelings. How does this dream, how did it make you feel? How did it make you feel? Sometimes the dream makes no sense. Don't try to make sense of it. Then the rabbit came out and then the house fell down and then somebody showed up and they had an arrow sticking out of their head. Like, just write the blurbs and then you work on the interpreting them, because that's where the healing is, the interpretation and the understanding. So now maybe you've done this all week and now it's your day off. Excuse me. The last step in, your eyes wide shut, is that you are going to incorporate some aspect, regardless if it's a scary dream, an emotional dream, a happy dream, a loving dream. You're going to incorporate some aspect of that dream into your waking life. And you may not be able to incorporate something every day, but something from that dream. So for example, if you dreamt and you remember seeing beautiful yellow flowers, go buy yellow flowers. If you were riding a bike in your dream and you have a bike, go for a bike ride. Because what will happen is that when you go into buying those flowers, or you're setting up the flowers, it may trigger, and more than likely it will trigger for you, right? Feelings, emotions, and memories to help you heal, because those are all things, because the very fact that you remember them from your dream is a sign that it is important. It is something that's pivotal for you. So if it's flowers, if it's a color, if it's a smell, if you were eating pie, go get pie. Try to incorporate some of those elements, the simpler elements of your dream, into your daily life, because those things will help you have the epiphanies, have the memories, and understand what your dreams were your higher self is trying to share with you through your dream, and allow you to heal and move on to the next level. So that is our ritual for video 2. You should be on day 2 at this point. And let me know, how is it going? Let me know what it's like for you. Let me know if this is hard for you. I should have put this on silent because he's probably going to keep texting me. I got it. Engage. Join the community. I'd love to hear from you. Either through the community or here on YouTube or over on Instagram. Thank you so much for being here and being a part of my growing community. If you are enjoying this series, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe, hit the bell so that you can get notified for ritual number 3.